Okay, I didn't put you on there. They didn't hear from me, so I was like, well, I don't want to stress you out. Okay. Okay. Lost in a dream, I don't know which way to go. Let me see if you see that maybe I'm moving way too slow. Would like to get my love caught in the slamming door. How about some information, please? Straight up now, tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Oh, oh, when I caught in a hit and run. Straight up now, tell me, is it gonna be you and me together? Oh, oh, or are you just having fun? Time's standing still. Getting chills when I think your love is true. Would like to get my love caught in the slamming door. How about some information, please? Straight up now, tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Oh, oh. And me together, or are you just having fun? What's so hard to read? You play hide and seek with your true intentions. You I just have to say, did you really love me? Tell me, baby. Keep my love caught in the slamming door. Or am I a history?
You want to go poo-poo? You need to go poo-poo.
Tell me, straight up now, tell me. Tell me, straight up now. Straight up now, tell me. Straight up now, tell me. Do you really wanna love me forever? Straight up now, tell me. Straight up now, tell me. Do you really wanna love me forever? Even a hit and run. Straight up now, tell me. Is it gonna be it and me together? Or are you just having fun? Straight up now, tell me.
Oh, yeah.
No idea.
Oh. But then how do I get my music? How do I start my music on this thing? Yeah, the music
You're not
there.
gonna.
Right there. Yep. Okay. Okay, then. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, I guess I'm not on mute. Oh boy. Why? Oh, why is it doing this right now? Where is it? Oh, they're hearing me. Sorry, guys, you're hearing me. Forgot I'm on, not on mute. I can't figure out my computer. Do it. All right. Perfect. You can shut it just a little bit. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, what would it be, a team meeting without me having some technical difficulties? So excited to see you all, although I can't see you because I'm on my presentation screen. So I'm sure you guys all look bright and cheery this morning and are ready to get going with a great team meeting and a wonderful Tuesday, even though it's raining. But it's nice to see a little bit of the rain when it's been so dry and so hot, but it'll be nice and steamy later for you guys. So we have a really, really cool team meeting today. We're going to start it off by actually doing a agent panel. We have 4 agents in our office that we have identified as agents that are really, really doing very well right now in terms of their listings that they're generating even through COVID. So these are our individual agents, individual listing agents, not necessarily on a team, although, you know, a couple of them are with other agents. Tara is pretty much the one that does the listings through the red team. So we are going to ask them to pop on, and for the kind of the panel, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen so we can all see everyone that pops up. And I have got Greg Roberts, so Greg, Tara Myers, Ryan Litz, and Chase Buck. We're going to kind of start it out by just asking each one of you guys, tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe how long you've been in the business, just so we can kind of get an idea. Not every agent may know you. We have a lot of new agents that are out there. So whoever, let's go ahead and just start with Greg Roberts. Greg, if you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of maybe something that you specialize in your business. Is Greg on here? I don't see that Greg's on here. What about Tara Myers?
Am I unmuted?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. I'm Tara Myers. I have had my license for 14 years. Before that, I actually worked for, well, starting out like in early college, I worked for Susan Miller as her assistant. And then after that, well, since my mom's had her license for almost 24 years, I've worked just helping her in odds and ends in real estate. But now I work with my mom and my sister on the red team, and I'm the listing specialist for our team.
Perfect. Ryan Litz. I'm trying to go through and make sure that everybody's here.
There we go. I see Greg here now too. Hi, Greg.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had my license for, I guess, about 17 and a half years. And I have been here at Keller Williams almost 11 years. And probably right now I'm about maybe 2/3 listings and 1/3 buyers. Still work with a lot of buyers. And just kind of have a variety of price points, do some new construction, do resales, just kind of across the board.
Perfect. Chase, I saw that you were here. Hi, Chase.
Yeah, I'm here. Gotcha. So, yeah, I'm Chase. I have been in real estate 6 years, with Keller Williams, 5 of those. Yeah, I work probably about 60% buyers, probably 40% listings. But really, do wherever my relationships, my sphere of influence takes me.
Perfect. And we will definitely talk about that. Greg, are you on here now?
I'm here now.
Perfect. Hi, Greg.
Hey guys, sorry I was late.
No worries. We're just introduce yourself and just tell a little bit about the business you specialize in.
I'm Greg Roberts. I've been selling real estate since 1996. So I'm probably the old guy on the panel, it looks like here.
For sure.
Yeah, you're trying, Ryan. Anyway, I've done everything from new construction, just resale stuff, and I've dabbled in quite a bit of commercial over the past 25 years, and done some development, lots of land sales, and just kind of, like Chase said, I kind of go where my customers need me to go.
Perfect. So we have some questions that we're going to ask the panel. We're going to have them on here for about 30 minutes. We're going to try to cut it off at 30. I know they can all talk a lot, so I'm sure we'll have to cut them off. Will not be me talking. But I'm going to ask a series of questions. If there are any other questions that you guys have, please put it in the chat, and one of the staff members will actually be watching the chat to see what questions are out there. We may not ask all of the questions, but since we are really putting a focus right now on our listings, we are really trying to put that focus on our listings with our megas that we're interviewing today. We are really still struggling. As of today, our office has only taken 20 listings. If you average that out, that's a lot lower than where we need to be. In August, our top August that we have had was 250, I believe was the number, record number in August. And so if you look at the 20 compared to the 250, we have a ways to go. So we're going to do some things to help you guys, and we thought this would be a great opportunity for them to share some of their experiences. And there was a report that came out, and all of them are in the top 10 of the amount of listings they have taken. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. For you guys that are on the panel, if you'll just, speak up. I don't want to really call on anyone, just kind of speak up and talk about your business. So when March 19th hit and we were quarantined, everybody will remember that date for a while, I'm sure. What changes, or even before that, what changes did you make in your business to adjust to the shift and to ensure that your business not only maintained, but stabilized, and also some people are even thriving in this market? So tell me a little bit about what you did in your business to help that.
I'll go. I think what really helped me in the very beginning is I jumped on the bold pivot and started back to going back to the basics and making calls. And I haven't done a very good job of that in the last couple of weeks. And I can definitely see it in my appointments and my listings. And I'd say that's one thing that I think I need to get back to is making my calls that I was doing every single day, getting back to those things that we do to grow our business and to have something in our pipeline all the time.
Okay, good deal.
I think for me, the date that I remember is March the 11th, and that was the Thunder game.
Yeah.
And I just remember sitting at something and finding out that it was canceled and wondering, it's hit, it's come here, and trying to figure out what that meant.
and what that would mean to business in general and to real estate. And for me, it's all about trying to stay as consistent as possible in my daily routine. I continued to work throughout, sometimes I was at the office, sometimes I was at home. And I always keep kind of a running list of upcoming what I think are buyers and upcoming what I think are sellers. I'm not as consistent at calling my general sphere, but I do kind of try to keep a top hot sheet, if you will, of clients and think through them and contact them on a regular basis, whether it's text or phone or email or whatever it may be, and just say, hey, you ready? You want to look at anything? What's going on? And I just try to keep those clients top of mind, whether it's COVID or not COVID, doesn't matter. For me, it's just working the business every day, staying consistent and not allowing the market or the environment or the political landscape or whatever to demotivate me or cause any thoughts that I'm not going to be able to produce or not going to be able to sell and provide for my family. So.
Chase or Greg, do you want to say anything on that?
Yeah, I think Ryan just said something really important. Don't let the outside circumstance dictate what you do. You have to get up every day and do what you do. And, whether it be like Tara making phone calls and consistently being aggressive to chase that, or Ryan just going through the checklist in his head, they've got their systems and they continually do it. And you just can't, I for years I was told that nobody could ever sell any houses in December. Well, everything just shuts down in November and December. And then lo and behold, I had a December where I had the best month of the year in December. And I thought, well, that blows that theory. Yeah. And I've had several best months of the year in December. So, you don't always listen to kind of the exterior things.
Okay. Chase?
Yeah, and I'll add quickly to this. Just what everybody else has kind of said. Do consistently keep doing what has been successful for you in the past. For me, I'm almost 100% referrals off of my sphere of influence. So, whenever Corona virus and all that hit, I reached out to everybody, just said, hey, I'm still going to be here. It might be a little different. Might do some stuff on Zoom, might do some stuff still in the office, might do some stuff still out of the office. But I let people know that I'd be here and still be working for them, still, be here for their referrals, everything like that. And so let people know it's business as usual, with a few logistical changes, but that I was still going to be here for them.
And that actually brings up a good point too about a lot of newer agents that come on. I think that word lead generation really scares people whenever they think of lead generation. Like, oh my gosh, I have to get on the phone and call people. Like, what am I going to say? What you said right there, perfect. A lot of times it's just a matter of calling them and saying, hey, I'm still around. I'm still doing this thing. A lot of people may not even known that, we were still doing real estate, or that it was so busy in real estate, after the first couple of weeks. So I think that's a good point. And for people that, get a little nervous about lead generation, think of it in terms of talking to your friends.
Yes. Cindy, I was going to add, I said that and it made me sound like I lead generate on a regular basis. I don't. Let me just make that clear. COVID made it easier because I had to stay home more. And the best part about it was all I had to do is call and ask these clients and friends, how are you doing? Like, is everything going okay? Is there anything I can do for you? I wasn't even asking for real estate business. Don't even get me. Like, I'm not trying to trick y'all here. But I literally, one client, I asked them, and I didn't even know her husband had heart. Her daughter has some autoimmune things. I ended up going out past Luther to pick up donkey milk for a client. And I'm going to tell you what, it created kind of an effect on multiple other people. And I had multiple other people reach out and said, I cannot believe you went and drove all the way out there for them, picked that up. But that one little thing that afternoon, driving out there, which I made calls all the way there and all the way back because I was stuck in the car by myself without any kids around, which was great. But don't let me fool you on that. It was literally easy conversations where I just said, how are you doing? Are you doing okay? Is everybody, healthy? That kind of thing. So not the normal.
I think that there's a lot of people that could go to church and testify as well, that they probably don't do it every day too. So you're good. You guys do a lot of things though on the pop buys and you're in front of your clients a lot. And I think that's the biggest thing is like, you don't have to always ask for the business. I mean, because it may feel weird asking your friends all the time for the business. But if it's out of sight, out of mind, they're not going to remember you whenever it comes up for a realtor. So I think that's very important. If you were giving advice to a new agent today on the best way to get business today, to get into production, what would you tell them? Where would you tell them to go? What things would you tell them to do? What advice would you give?
New construction is a pretty easy spot to get started. Sitting in a builder's open house and allowing customers to come to you. If you can find that, I think that's a really good spot. And then what you'll find is that you'll learn terminology, you'll learn what people are looking for. You'll kind of learn ways to talk to them, and it'll start making you feel more confident in your conversations in other aspects as well. But I would say having people come to you at first, sitting in a builder's house, or even open houses for other agents, if you don't have your own listings, I think is a great opportunity.
Okay.
When I started, the majority of my early business came from, we were in a young married Sunday school class, which was a long time ago. But whatever it is that you're a part of, church, Sunday school, if kids groups, school groups, whatever it may be, it's not about always talking about yourself and what you do. It's about being real and honest and involved in things that matter. And people take notice and people will trust you with their business. And I agree with Greg on the new construction too, or open houses in general. It's a little different right now with COVID and everything that's changed. I personally have not done an open house since that weekend right after the Thunder game. Haven't done one yet. So it's a little tricky right now for that. But historically, especially in the last couple of years, I've done many open houses and picked up business from that. And so it's all about getting yourself out there and connecting with people, especially the ones you already know. They are by far the easiest and long-term best referral, like Chase was saying, referral business for you.
I agree with that.
I would add too, like Ryan said, following up with those people that not only like calls, but something my mom does really well is writes notes. And that's something like, say I saw the other night we had football practice. Well, we're all outside. I could have sat in my car, which I really wanted to do because it was really hot. Or I can stand out there and talk to some of these other moms that I don't even know. I've never met them before. So you have to take those opportunities when you have them to talk to them. And then maybe follow up with a note. Maybe it's following up with a note to the person you met at the cash register at Walmart. Not that I get their address or anything, but you might. Or it might be your bank teller these people that you see on a regular basis, but just making sure you follow up.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I think Ryan hit it on the head, so I'll kind of just build off of that. So my first day at Keller Williams, about 5 years ago, Susan had us stand up and actually recite all us new agents a quote, and it stuck with me. And I'll try not to butcher it. It's, my success in real estate will be directly linked to the amount of people who, when they think of real estate, they think of me. So I've kind of kept that at almost the center of everything that I do in real estate. So like Ryan said, places that you're involved, be available. You don't have to push, you don't have to sell, you don't have to be, a used car salesman about it. But be available, be approachable. Let people know if they have questions, you're there to help and answer. And also, like Ryan said, many of your clients will be from people that know, like, and trust you already. So the Sunday school groups, whatever you're involved in, Um, that's really been almost all that I've focused on.
Perfect.
I have sold more houses from golf groups and racquetball groups and tennis groups and all of my extracurricular type activities like that over the years, and church groups and men's life group. It's just on and on. So go out and live your life and live it in a respectful and positive way, and people around you tend to gravitate towards that, and they you will be able to pick up business and clients just from your life and your
So
kids.
Since Brian's not on here, I'll actually share something. He actually is probably not the type of person that likes to go out and do cold calls. Well, I know he's not. At Enterprise, sometimes he would go to the movie theater and say that he was marketing to the movie theater. So I know he doesn't like to do those cold calls. But what he does very, very, very well is people at Oak Tree, because he golfs and he is with the men's group, we have gotten so much business just because they're like, oh, well, you're the realtor at Oak Tree, with all the guys. And so that's nice because there's 2 other realtors that play with him, and so that for him, it's like he's just being himself. And that's all you have to do. Be yourself, let your personality come out. This may not be an instantaneous way of getting your referrals, but it's a long term and it's a consistent way to get your referrals. So I think those are all very, very good points. I'm glad you guys brought those up. So tell me, what is your one thing that you do every day to focus on generating the business in the morning? So like when you first walk in the morning, what's that one thing you have to complete to create success for your business?
For me, because I was trained this way, but also I know by experience that my energy is up stronger in the morning. If I've got any hard situations, hard conversations that I need to have, I try to get those over with as early as I possibly can so I'm not distracted by them throughout the day. Maybe that's a list price adjustment. Maybe that's a TRR negotiation. Maybe that's, a conversation with another realtor about some sort of issue we're having on a cross sale. But then I'm always thinking, I can't let that drain me. I've always got to be thinking about future business, whether that's a listing or that's a buyer I need to get under contract. So for me, it's a little list, a little quick list of what's important that day, have as much of the hard conversations as I can, as quickly as I can, as early as I can, and then move on to what's going to generate future business, not solving problems on my pendings or not solving problems even on my current listings, but thinking about new listings, thinking about new buyers that I need to get under contract.
For me, I have something I just call it a 1 through 31 book. And it's a binder with 31 tabs, one for each day of the month. And I kind of have my people that have maybe been asking some questions about real estate, maybe have hinted that, at one point they'd like to buy or sell, something along those lines. And so I just have a piece of paper in there, one for, who I need to call that day. So I'll turn to that day of the month in that book, and I'll have, between 2 and 5 people that, maybe reach out and provide some kind of value. Hey, you were asking about the market last month. Here's some new developments in it. You're asking about this area a little bit ago. I just ran some new comps in it, thought you might like them. So touch base with my, anywhere from 2 to 5 people that, I know have had some questions that might be looking at buying or selling in the next year. Then I make some notes about our conversation, or that I wrote them a letter, or that I just shot them a text message. And then I just put it, the next time I want to contact them, whether that's 2 weeks or a month, I put it back, in the next day that I want to contact them through that 1 through 31 book. So that's been really helpful for me to do in the mornings.
That's awesome. That's a very non-technical way, which, we can do our business that way. That is amazing to be able to do that, which is a lot like what they do with the letters, that, you spend this day today and you do A and C, and everyone that's name ends with A and C, those are the people that you actually call today. So it's a great way of making smaller bites into what's kind of a large elephant. Did you have something, Tara?
Yes, I was gonna say first thing for me is going and cleaning out, like going through my email and spending a short time in there. That's like one of the first things I do before I ever even leave my house in the morning, which I work a lot from home, not always in the office. So it's one of the first things I do just to make sure I haven't missed anything from the night before and I'm on top of things for that day. And sometimes it's just junk mail. It's not anything I have to worry about. But then I know kind of what my day is going to look like if I have to take care of some of those major things like Ryan was talking about. Another thing I try to do there was a class, this is probably 5 years ago or so, about social media, and Sherry Lewis taught like part of it. And one of the things she said was like, make a chart and do 5 likes on social media, 5 comments, and 5 messages to people that would be potential like clients in the long run. So you're keeping your name out there. But after that, you're supposed to get off. So you're not spending a ton of time on social media, but that keeps your name out there. And it may be even on, like for me, it may be like on a Edmund Moms group, you know, and going through and looking to see if there was any like real estate questions or something like that. But 5 likes, 5 comments, and 5 messages at least every day. And she suggested, I think, doing one first thing in the morning, and then the other one was like between like 4 and 5, right before people are getting off work. So then it pops right up in their, you know, their feed about that time. So that's one thing that I have continued trying to do. And that's something easy I can do, even if I'm waiting at practice or for an appointment or something if I need to on my phone.
Perfect. That's a good idea. Again, it breaks it down into small little pieces. So it doesn't, you're looking at your database going, oh my gosh, I have 300 people. How am I going to get them all called? So it just really breaks it down. So we have one more question we'll get through. If you were to give advice to either a new agent or an agent that is kind of stagnant in their business, or their business has dropped off, what are 2 or 3 of the most important things that you would tell them that they need to do right now in order to get their business back up and running, or to get their business running?
Be consistent. You know, if you get started every day, like Ryan was saying, get into the office, or Tara was saying, check in with your email, get into a routine, and just be consistent with it. But that will, if you're consistently doing the right things, then eventually the outcomes will follow. And then just, you know your market and be aggressive. You really do have to, be the professional in the room. And when people ask questions, you need to have answers, but if you don't know the answer, don't pretend that you know the answer. We don't have all the answers. And I think that it's crazy when people make stuff up and they try to act like they know everything, and you just can't do that.
One thing I'd say too, in addition to that right now, is turn the news off, turn your current events off. You know, Bold talks about what you focus on expands, what your mind thinks about. I mean, it's spiritual principles too. It's all about, so much of what we're thinking becomes our reality. And so in the times we're in with COVID, with politics, with all the cultural things that are going on, I would just say, focus on the things that are positive. Surround yourself with people that are positive. Listen to podcasts, listen to sermons, whatever it is, because through that brings optimism and ideas, and people are attracted to that. So that's, I think, now more crucial than ever. It's always important, but right now even more than ever.
Do we have Chase and Tara? Yeah.
Chase, you want to go?
Yeah, I don't have anything great for this. I think we already touched on it a little bit. What I did when I was starting out is just, you know, in the groups that I'm involved in, is just be approachable and just let people know that, hey, I'm happy. I'm here to answer any questions you may have in a very non-pushy way. You know, I'm here to help. I'm here to provide value, that kind of thing. So that's, as far as getting new business and that kind of thing, that would be my advice. This is a little bit down another rabbit hole. For me, especially very, very early on, being conservative, because we're in such a up and down, you know, business, as far as, especially when you're getting in, you don't have a consistent paycheck. And so You know, instead of taking somebody to lunch for a meeting, that's, you know, $40 lunch, something like that. I learned to take them to coffee, and you can get 2 cups of coffee for, you know, $4. So conservative with that money. Something else that was really big for me, especially early on, is do my best to have less consumer debt, less consumer payments, and try to keep a little bit of cash in the bank, because especially at first, there were lots of months that I wouldn't get a paycheck, and having a little bit of money in the bank or less payments really helped out, especially in those first few years.
Perfect.
I would say this kind of goes off Ryan too, but I had written this down at the very beginning, like when you asked the question, mindset, and that goes back to Bold and the things that he even said. But I will say I struggled with this at the beginning of COVID. I was scared. I thought, are we going to have a business? Will we continue, or will we be able to continue to work? And I think during all that, you have to be consistent, you know, getting up and actually working, and not just letting it be, oh, free for all, we're staying home for right now. But also making yourself better, working on you right now when you actually might have a little extra time. I know at the beginning I had a lot of extra time. And so reading some other books, or maybe making some new plans, like to get, for me, to make myself better, because this was a time that I could, or that I had more time to educate myself to get things going better.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much. Are there any questions that were on the chat, or is there any questions that anybody has for the panel? I know we didn't get through near the amount of questions I actually wrote out, but I think this was really good information, great information as a reminder for agents that are already in the business that might be suffering in their business, as well as new agents that are out there. So thank you guys so much. I don't see that there's any questions. So we appreciate you guys being on the panel this morning, and hopefully everybody found that valuable. So I did want to mention one of the things that will be on Facebook today, as well as they're already on the website under the agent portal. I have put together, I think, 4 different letters that you guys could use. Just change the information, put your information in, that you could use for a FSBO, you could use for an expired. There's one that you could use in areas that are really popular right now that you want to get listings, or maybe you have buyers looking. It's a letter where you can actually solicit to the actual sellers or people that are in that particular neighborhood. So I think there's 4 different letters, and we will get those posted for you. The other thing that we're working on doing is providing a weekly newsletter that you guys can send out to your sphere. So if you don't like to put things together and you like to just give them information, this will be available to you as well. And we'll put all of that on the website under that agent portal and documents. It's easier to sign up if you use your Keller Williams email, and that way you just log in each time. Lauren Beck is actually the one that's kind of administering that website, and she can put you in, but it's easier if you do it with your Keller Williams email. So we'll get all that stuff to you to maybe help you guys to increase your business. And I'm going to share my screen because we'll get started on the rest of the presentation. And one of the things that we're talking about right now is the contest. So we have had some exciting things. It looks like there's more houses going under contract than actually getting listed, which is a great thing. But in order to get more of that, we need more listings. So that's why we're really pushing this listing contest. We had initially mentioned that we would do this team meeting on September 8th. We're actually going to move it to September 10th. That is on a Thursday, and I know that's different. We're going to change it up a little bit. Mainly because on the 8th, that's the day after Labor Day. And I know a lot of people actually travel back on the day after, as well as the weekend after that, or the week after that, is Mega Camp. So we wanted to get it announced. We also needed to get it announced for one of the prizes. We also did change, because we've heard a lot of feedback that there might be one prize that's more popular than another prize. So we are going to just put the prizes out there, and instead of telling you guys who's getting what, we're going to give you guys an opportunity. First place winner gets to choose the first prize, second place, and then third. And again, the prizes are 1 ticket to Mega Camp and $50 towards a Facebook lead, a weekend getaway at Grand Lake in an Airbnb for you and your family, and a round of golf at Oak Tree. So this is through the 31st. You want to send your numbers in. You get 1 point for every listing, 2 points for every listing, or 1 point for every listing appointment, 2 points for every listing, 1 point for every buyer brokerage agreement signed, and then 2 points for everyone that goes under contract. So everyone seems to be really excited about this. So I hope that you guys get out there and make that 20 a 200 for me. So we have some birthdays this month. So happy birthday to our 6 or actually 7 people, Milena, Janie, Jerry, Shelly, Rob, Tracy, and Kathy. So happy birthday to you guys. I hope that you eat lots of cake and ice cream for your birthday this year in the COVID birthday. So work anniversaries, we've got several people that had an anniversary in August. Tim, Kathleen, Randall, Tom, Joel, Junia, Fawn, Afton, Colette, Connie, Mary, and Becky. Congratulations to you guys. We are so glad that you're in business with us, and congratulations on another year for working at Keller Williams. First capper, Brianna Steelman, congratulations on first time capper in July of 2020. She is really on fire right now and doing a great job, and just sold her own personal house, so with multiple offers, so great job. Our July 2020 cappers that capped again in July are Marcy, Joanne, Amber and Steve, Jenny, and Londa. Congratulations to you guys, and yay for that 100%, so good job. So our new associates, sorry we don't have pictures on here. We're still working through that process. We are having the new associates get with Jason on Mondays, and he is doing headshots for them. We just kind of started this process, so we don't have all of the pictures. So hopefully we'll get that down in a better system so you guys can put a name with a face. But we have Dawson. Are you guys, if you guys are available on here, you might just pop in and say hi. Or wave your hand so that we know you're a new agent. Madison Robertson, James Hugo, Julie Getz, Jonathan Bryan, and Christy just got her license with Home Team 405. And just so you guys know, we have a brother and sister team, but they're not actually working as a team. Julie and Jonathan are brother and sister, so welcome to the family. We have a good amount of training coming up. As you know, BOLD is in session, started this week, or actually it was last week. So we have BOLD that's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays with the coaching, if you're in that. We have not been playing that in the conference room because we have a small amount of people that are actually doing that. But we do have a commissions class at 11. One of the things that Rendy will be addressing is the green sheets going away. This is a very important class for you guys to get paid on. Come August 31st, you're going to need to know how to do commissions and command, just to make it more a simpler process for everyone involved to not be working in 2 different systems. Tomorrow we have our committee meetings that everyone is welcome to attend. We have those actually the career development at 1 and the social and cultural at 2. Then we have 2 classes next week, or actually 2 things that I really wanted to mention. On the 17th, we had in July a gentleman that was going to teach on short sales and foreclosures from the Norman office. Well, it stormed and he lost power, and so we didn't actually get to do that class. So he is going to be back on Monday at 11 o'clock on Zoom to do a class on short sales and foreclosures. This is actually an area where it's going to probably in the future, we're going to see more of the short sales and the foreclosures because of how many of the Americans are in forbearance. I think the number they said was about 35% of the US population is in forbearance. So we're going to see some of that trickle down. So he's going to do a class on that to help with anyone that's interested. And then on the 18th, Chris Baker with Chicago Title is going to do a 1031 exchange class. That is going to just basically be during our hall meeting via Zoom and before our digital property tour. So again, you can see some of the other things we have going on this week. Take advantage of those. We have put together a best practices in our office that we will be abiding by to give you guys more ideas and alerts and just notifications of what's coming up. We'll do text, we'll do Facebook, we'll do email, just to kind of keep you guys alert of everything that is coming up, since we know there's a lot to remember. Katie French, she's going to come in and talk to us about the Edmond board.
Hey everyone. Okay, so we have a couple things coming up. The first thing I'm going to touch on that's actually not on this slide, there's a bunch of CE that they're offering. And right now, because of COVID, you can do it virtual or in class. So to me, I feel like you'd want to do all of them right now, because usually they might have a quiz at the end, but they might not, or they just do it together. So it's really nice just because you can be at home or be wherever you need to be, but also get some CE in while you're there. Then we do have the school donation drive right now. We're going to have 2 boxes at the office at each desk. And then you'll see on here the items that we're needing. And this will end August 18th. So please show up with some of those things so we can help our schools out. And then we have the golf tournament coming up too as well. So all of the teams are booked, but we do still have some spots for some sponsorships. So if you guys know anyone that want to sponsor those golf tournaments, let me know. All these donations go to our teachers as well as a few other places as well. And then the biggest thing, our Edmond Board of Realtors auction. So this is going to be at the Rail Yard on September 1st. It's going to be extremely fun. It's also outside, so there's going to be a lot of room for distancing as well. And Adam Aguilar is actually going to be playing there too. I don't know if you guys have heard him, but he's a great musician. He'll be playing the entire time we have the auction there. We do need some more auction items. If you guys know of anybody that might want to donate, let us know. And especially some of those big items, just let them know that we'll be specifically like mentioning them and telling more about the business that they do. And so, yeah, if you guys have any people that want to donate, let me know. And all you guys, please show up. It's going to be really fun. It's 5 to 7:30 on a Tuesday night. So what else do you have to do? Join and give us money for the Edmond Board Realtors. And some of those donations too will also go to the Edmond Public Schools.
Perfect. Thank you. Up next, we have Rindy.
Good morning. I just kind of wanted to share with you guys our top performers. I think, Cindy, you have to control the slideshow.
Okay, sorry.
I can't. For July, our top PC, Missy Rust with 1 unit and 12,450 in GCI. Our top individual with units was Greg. And Brianna Stillman with GCI at 67,097.82. Our top team last month was the Ashley Foshi group with 18 units and 167,000 in GCI. And our top group was Home Team 405 with 15 units and 145,000 in GCI. So congratulations, guys. Keep up the hard work. We love to share these numbers with you guys and just show you what you got. Our numbers last month were, really looking good. We were up from last year and, up from last month or from June in closed units and GCI. Profit shares down a little bit. And then you could see the listings taken, volume, and contracts written, from month to month. It went down in closed listings and stuff, but with our listing competition, we hope to see those numbers rise again this month. So keep up the hard work, guys. We're really, really, really proud of you guys. So yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to share, office bills went out yesterday. So if you guys didn't get that email, please let myself or Kelly know. I know last month we had a few of you guys that didn't get those. So if you could check, make sure you got them, let me know. That'd be great. Also, the green sheets are going away. As of September 1, we will no longer accept green sheets in the office. We will check and let you guys know that if you do submit, we need to submit through command. So it's very, very important. We will have that commissions and command class today, and we will have it 2 weeks from today. So the 31st will be the last day that you guys can submit for a green sheet. Other than that, we're going to be transitioning to 100% command. So you guys, if you can't make it to the classes, they are via Zoom. You can go to the website. Those classes are posted there under the training videos. If you don't want to follow a training video, please reach out to me or Kelly, Jeremy. We all know how to do this. Keisha, you can come in. I've sat with a couple of agents and just kind of helped them walk it through. It's really super easy. So again, let us know and we can get you through those. Okay.
Thank you.
And that's all I got.
Jeremy.
Good morning, everybody. So I failed a little bit. I didn't make a nice slide, but I wanted to talk to you guys today about mileage trackers. So in kind of in line with everybody else, in an effort to keep keep your business expenses down and keep all that front of mind, and even looking a little bit towards next year tax time, right? I wanted to make sure you guys are utilizing something to help you track at least your mileage, but really you should be tracking expenses too. So I have 3 different apps I'd like to just introduce you guys to. I know a lot of you are going to be using Mileage IQ. Great app out there. I guess all of these apps are about $5 to $6, so they're all about the same cost. So whatever you prefer, look at all. But Mile IQ is great for mileage tracking, but these next 2 also can help you track expenses. So Everlance, I hadn't heard of this one, so I don't have any experience with it. I'm sure somebody out there is using it, but that is another one that comes highly recommended. And then the last one is Hurdler, and it's spelled a little weird, HURDLR. This one's actually available through a partnership with KW, so you get a little discount if you sign up for it through command. But it automatically tracks your mileage and your expenses, and even it's the only one that does a tax estimate for next year. So if this is something you struggle with, or you've just been trying to find a solution that'll help you keep track of this stuff, there's 3 options for you. If you have any questions or you just need help getting it set up, feel free to come see me. I'm happy to help you do that. But again, those 3, they're Mile IQ, Everlance, and Hurdler. And Hurdler is the one that they partner with KW. So, but just anything we can do to help you guys be a little more efficient or help make any of this easier on you guys, love to do it. So hopefully that will provide some value for you guys. I think we might be doing tour next.
Yeah, no, we have a couple other things. Jeremy, okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Market Center reminder. You guys know about the mask that we are wearing in the common areas. We have actually had a couple of meetings up in the conference or in the training room that it's a big enough room that you can separate out yourself for small groups. We could probably get 20 people in there and everyone be completely spaced out. So if you are having something that's in the training room, in the smaller spaces, when you're on the copier, when you're in the smaller, areas or walking down the halls around people or restrooms, remember just to wear those masks until we get through this. I did see the numbers yesterday kind of went down a little bit. So that is good news. Hopefully we'll continue to see that. Susan, Broker Minute. Well, I know she's on here. You're muted.
Oh,
there you go.
I'm sorry. There we go. Good morning. I was just saying it's so exciting to see your bright and shining faces today. And for those of you that don't have bright and shining faces, it's nice to see your name and know that you're on here. Thank you for doing that. And thank you to the panel through the years, the best thing we can have at team meeting is a panel of our producing agents sharing. And so y'all did a great job, and I really appreciate that. So, you know, I'm all about analogies. And so right now I want you to think about throwing a rock or a pebble into a body of water and watch those little rings go out from that one little rock. Now I'm sure you're thinking, what in the world is she going to talk about? Well, apparently someone out there saw or had this brainstorm on a financing addendum to put in, instead of a loan amount, TBD. And oh my goodness, from that, the ripples began. I think they probably shared it with people. They saw it on offers coming in. And all of a sudden, we're seeing lots of TBDs in that blank. Well, now, if you really think about it, 2 or 3 things are going on here. Number one, I think sometimes agents do it because, oh, pull your toes in, I'm going to step on them. It's easy. You don't have to find out exactly what their situation is on that loan. But if you're doing a great job for that buyer you're working with, you're going to be talking to their lender and you're going to know exactly what their loan amount is going to be, or the range it's going to be in. Secondly, when you receive an offer with TBD in the blank, you don't have any idea about the strength of that buyer. And if you were getting, you were in a multiple offer situation where you had multiple offers on a listing of yours, and you've got a couple with TBD in there, and yet somebody else has like a 70% loan to value ratio or a 60%, they're going to show up as a very strong buyer, and you're going to tend to lean towards them. And so I just want you all to know, Amy is kind of sending those back to you and making notes on them. I'm not sure that she's asking for a correction because that's kind of hard after you've got a contract done. But for Keller Williams, a TBD in that blank is not acceptable. So hopefully, you know, I always say the way Keller Williams goes, so goes the market. And you all can clean that little blank up throughout the market by being sure you use the exact loan amount. It can be adjusted if you adjust sale price instead of TBD. Hope you all have a great day. Love you.
Thank you. Hey, Jeremy, I didn't say anything earlier because I didn't want everybody to know that I really lose my train of thought all the time because I'm getting old. I wanted you to put in the chat box those 3 apps that you gave to them, just so they have the exact spelling on them, if you don't mind. Ted is up next. Ted is on here, right?
There I am.
There you go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry about that. Just wanted to go over a couple things. First of all, rates are extremely low. So it's a great opportunity for those people that are just looking for some buying power. On a 30-year conventional loan, the rate is 2.625. On a 15-year, it's 2.375. So there's not much of a margin there. Typically, there's about 0.5%, but there's not as much anymore. So a lot of times, I'll recommend to a borrower, do a 30-year term, gives them some flexibility. They can pay down as much as they want toward the principal. They could amortize it still on a 15, and then if they had a hardship, then they could go ahead and go back to that 30. So that's one of the things that I highly recommend. Unless they're extremely comfortable with that 15-year term, then we definitely go there. FHA rates, you're looking at 2.5. So on a 30-year term, which again, these are based on credit scores of 740, 30-day locks. So, I mean, if they fall below that, FHA doesn't have as much of an impact on rates as conventional, meaning that the rates aren't varied as much as conventional. But it's a great opportunity for buyers to be able to take advantage of those low rates. One other thing I wanted to point out is appraisals. Currently, we're experiencing about a 3-week lag there as far as getting the appraisals ordered or getting them received. So just make sure you communicate with your lenders, make sure they know, or that you know what time frame they're looking to have that appraisal in, because any lender should be in a position where they'd be able to tell you what due date they're expecting that appraisal to come in. We have had a couple of delays in closings because of other lenders that indicated, well, the appraisers are still just super busy and we didn't get the appraisal in. A good lender or a good loan officer is going to know, hey, the appraisal is due this date. We've gotten a few occasions where the appraiser has commented or said, well, I can't have it in by this date when we order it, and we'll counter and say, okay, well, move on to the next appraiser, because we can go through a rotation of appraisers. And if we don't meet that time frame, then we're focused on that closing date. So we want to make sure it closes. If I can't get it done, then I'm going to make sure the realtors know that, so they know that, hey, we've got to get an extension. And normally we'll know that within 3 or 4 days after we've received the contract. So make sure that you're communicating with the lender. Make sure you know when that's going to be in. There has been a few of them that we've had come in short, not many. So, which is kind of astounding just because of the market and the way properties are turning in multiple offers. But again, educating your sellers as far as, hey, you know what, we might be getting this offer at 166 and we had it listed at 150. You need to prep them and make sure they're aware that that appraiser in all likelihood isn't going to be able to come in that high unless you provide comps. So that's where we are today. If you have any questions or want any cost sheets or anything on refinances or purchase business, be glad to help you out. Thank you.
Thank you. So one of the slides I totally forgot to put in was the Mega Camp slide, of course. How could I forget that? I was all into getting our panel in, so I totally forgot. So as a reminder, Mega Camp is September 15th through the 17th. It will be virtual. We are going to have some things that we can socially distance with, but also provide kind of some camaraderie with everyone that is actually in or taking Mega Camp. So if you want to, get with me, if you're not sure how to sign up or if you have questions on it, I know a lot of newer agents that are out there may not know what that is. So please reach out to me. But you can actually get on KW Connect and go to Mega Camp and sign up directly there. And since it is virtual, it's a little bit less expensive and you won't have all the travel expenses that you normally have. So really everyone should be involved and we should have a great showing and make it a good experience. We will have some fun things for you guys that are involved. So I know every time we go to Mega Camp, we usually have a dinner or, cocktail hour. We want to continue that. Even though we are virtual, we'll figure out something to do to bring everyone together. Buyer seller needs.
I need something under 180. So tell me before it goes on the market, please.
What do you have in your hands?
My baby.
Oh, look at that precious pup.
They're snuggle time. And then I also have, so just so people don't know, Fallbrook's new edition has been started. My dad has like 4 specs in there going. We've already sold one of them, but we still have 3 more. And then he also has a couple of pawn lots available. I mean, and the price point in there ranges from like $550 to $700 probably. But I mean, they're going to go pretty quick. So if you guys know anyone that's looking for a good lot that wants to be my neighbor too, it backs up to the pond, let me know. Cause I'm really trying to get that sold to somebody that's not crazy or has a lot of kids. So. Yeah, I know.
Perfect. Thank you. Anybody else? Nope. All right.
I'm getting ready to put one on the market at Waterloo and Air Depot, 5 acres, 2,600 feet, built in 1984. It needs updated, but there's a 2-stall horse barn. It backs up. We actually own to the other side of the creek. You can fish in the creek. There's a deer stand out there. I mean, it's just a really pretty piece of land. It's directly across the street from that gas plant up there off of Waterloo and Air Depot. But you'd never know it was there when you're on the property. We're going to list it well below market value because of the dating issues. It'll sell overnight. So I plan on putting it in the MLS on Thursday. But if any of you want to take a quick sneak peek at it, I've got it on a combo box and you're welcome to run out there.
Hey, get with Andrew, because he had a property that was on a multiple offer situation. I think it was Connie Hamilton. I don't remember, but she had a buyer, and that's kind of I think the parameters she was looking for. So
yeah, it'll sell quickly. But if any of you guys needed 5 acres East Edmond, it's special. I mean, it could be.
Greg, how much is it going to be?
$299.
thank you. Is there anybody else?
Me. Okay, I have relisted a listing in Guthrie that's for $40,000. It's a piece of work, but you know, he's willing to negotiate. It's 3 stories. It's huge. It's a really cute historic home, but needs a lot of work. So just look past it. And then I also have 3+ acres in Bear Creek Estates. It's East I-35, kind of right behind the Lazy E. It's a really nice addition. There are some building restrictions, so if you know, are needing to know them, you can email me, but that's it.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, Jeremy, I think you are up. We are now going to do the digital property tour.
Okay. I didn't see if I could share. Cindy, could you give me sharing capabilities, please? Pretty please. So we have 4 properties on tour this morning, and I actually have 2 videos to play for you guys. So the first one has our first 3 properties. We have one from Chase Buck, one from Miss Sandra Wolf, and then Brad Reeser. And then the second video, Miss Tracy Radcliffe has a personal virtual tour that she sent me that she's going to walk us through the property. So looked like a really neat piece of property. So without further ado, I'll get those shared. Okay, that works. So here is the first 3 properties. Oh, well, let me try that again. By my fault, because I moved where the file was. So those are the first 3 homes, and I think everybody's on the call. If you guys have any questions, I'm sure you can ask them. Did any Sandra or anybody from Brad's team or Chase, did you guys want to say anything about the properties before I went on to Tracy's tour? Okay. Well, feel free to chime in afterwards. I guess we'll go to Tracy's.
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Let me get it full screen first. So this was a pretty big property, but Tracy, I'm sure you're on here, but you did a wonderful job with this. I was really impressed. So I'll go ahead and play.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Tanglevine. We are in East Edmond. It's a beautiful wooded area, and we're located off of Midwest Boulevard, just north of Covell, really close to the center of Edmond and easy access to I-35. Hey, I'm excited to share the details of my new listing at 7100 Tanglevine Drive. It is your very own staycation on 5 acres with water views in the front and the back. And let's just go on in and take a peek and see what you think. Before we go in, I just wanted you to see what the view is like if you were to sit out here in the mornings and have a cup of coffee, just enjoy the views, the sound of the soothing water, and just take it all in. I'd be out here every day, but also there's a well that easily accommodates the pond, the saltwater pool, also the sprinkler system, which covers the entire acreage, and the household water. Let's go in and take a look. Hi, come on in. I'm really excited about this home. The owners have actually contributed an additional $200,000 plus since they've lived here in updates and home improvements. It has a new roof, 2019, a high impact roof. As you walk in, you've got really nice soaring ceilings. It's about 5,800 square feet, a little bit more. And it has 6 bedrooms, and out of those 6, 5 are on the lower level, the 6 bedrooms upstairs. But you've got a nice formal dining. The study's right off of the entry, but it also has views. If you've got to work at home, it's nice to have the view of the front pond area. And we'll just walk this way and have you take a look at the living area, which has a gorgeous fireplace accent with tall ceilings, and of course views of the gorgeous pool. We'll get out there here in a second. And this way we have our kitchen area. This house is just loaded with tons of storage and built-ins. This table actually stays. It's built in for the eating area and the hutch. Got a Sub-Zero fridge, a Viking stove, just lots of things that you would love, especially if you like to cook. There's double ovens here. We've got 6 gas grills, nice big copper barn sink, and plenty of storage. And if you'll follow me this way, we've got a utility room that you can run around in and get some exercise in. It's nice with the mudroom. And then it goes out to a 4-car side load garage. So we'll take a look at the master next. And next we have the master, which throughout the house they have installed Pella windows, Pella sliding glass doors. There's built-in blinds in the doors. Obviously you have access to the pool area. And then the master bathroom is a nice size. It's got a great dressing area. 2 walk-in closets. We have one over here, and then another one on this side. Along with, in this closet, there's another closet that stays locked for valuables, or there's also like a built-in area for guns if you wanted to do that. So anyway, this is lots of natural light, so very, very pretty. Welcome to the fun part of the house. Upstairs is the game room with built-ins, galore space, just room to have fun and enjoy friends and family. And this home also has the Control4 system, which covers cameras in the property and also the alarm system. So really nice. And then out to the other side, there's access to the attic, and you could have a whole new room out there. It's huge. There's also in the 4-car garage staircase that goes up to that attic space also.
Okay, if we're gonna have a pandemic, this is the best place to be, is right here in this backyard retreat. It's a saltwater pool. It's heated with a grotto waterfall and spa. They have wireless lighting controls. It's gorgeous at nighttime. We have built-in grill. We've got a pool house with a half bath. We'll go take a look at the pool house. It's got a little kitchenette area. And then up above, we have the fire pit to chill out at night. It's surrounded with a fence. It has the basketball goal out there. We also have underground electrical wires for the dogs. And so you have an electrical fence there, which is nice. And I would just spend all my time back here constantly. There's also a dog run over on the side. And I mean, this is the place to be during this time. So, and if you have any questions, please call me. I'd love for you to see it. And thank you for taking the tour with me.
So I don't know about y'all, but I could quarantine there. All those homes are in Edmond. I think Tracy's was actually shot on an iPhone. So if y'all aren't sure what to do for virtual tours or something, that is just a wonderful example of it. You don't have to get too crazy with them, right? Just do a walkthrough, be natural, talk about the property. But I think you did a wonderful job, Tracy. So kudos.
I feel like I was watching an HGTV show. The door opened up. Well, come on in. Let's go inside now. It was wonderful. I loved it. I feel like it's so much more personable when you do it that way. So I agree. Great job. All right, guys. Well, we are officially done. So thank you guys for being here, and have a fabulous day. And please go get more listings. Have a great one.